Hello fellow tankers, this is Dauntless, and welcome to Scout Guide. For this episode, I'll be showing you guys how to effectively spot on the map Ensk. Now Ensk is one of the more difficult maps to spot in only because the map is extremely small. This means that your allies in most cases will be able to spot for themselves, and it also puts you at risk for being lit very quickly because there's just so very little space to actually fight in. I mean, looking at the minimap now, you can see that if you were sitting in the middle of the map, you could literally light everything if there were no buildings. So when you start on the southern cap, this bush right here, while it is quite aggressive, is quite nice in getting early spots. If arty are not hugging buildings right here, you can often light them, as well as get lights on anything that might be pushing across here. Now, once you get lit here, or if you feel a little bit more if tanks are moving up and you feel as if you're going to get lit, it's okay to move back into this bush here, but this is the best one just because you are up on a hill like this and you are able to get some aggressive lights. Alright, so an alternative to the 9-0 line, if you don't really like to play that area, is to push up into this bush right here. Pushing into this bush will allow you to get some good early lights onto anything that might be crossing here, and it can be especially useful if you have tank destroyers like this grill sitting back here, and occasionally you'll even light artillery that are trying to be brave and go across here, and you'll be able to really help your team out by getting those early lights and take some of those pesky arty out early in the game. Now again, you don't want to sit here forever, maybe 1 or 2 minutes tops, just to see what's going on and get some early spotting damage. And after that, normally what I like to do with my light tank is to actually push up this right in the middle of the map here, right alongside these railroad tracks. If you're starting on the south base, I push right here, which will allow you to take shots all the way up into here, and because you have great camo, you usually can get some good shots into the sides of heavy tanks and not even get lit. Alright, so when you spawn on the northern side of the base, and it doesn't matter if it's encountered like this or standard, there is one viable bush up ahead that will get you a lot of spotting damage if you play it right. Now it's important if you take this bush to make sure you have camo net and a full crew trained in camouflage. It also helps if you're in a low profile vehicle like the Chinese light tanks or the ELC, and again, if you aren't careful and they push up aggressive like this, you will get lit. Fortunately, because this is a small map, lighting these tanks will get you a lot of assist damage very quickly because your allies will be able to shoot these guys up quite nicely. Now, you have to be careful for situations like this where you're exposed to enemies that are going to be down here. This null will protect you from anything over here, but not from anything down here. So when you do get lit like that, it is wise to relocate back to this building, sit for 10 seconds, wait for yourself to get unlit, and then push back up when you know the coast is clear and get those lights for your allies. Again, playing in a light tank is all about surviving. You do want to be careful when you're on low HP like this because you're not really good to your team if you're dead. But again, push back up, let those binoculars activate, and watch the spotting damage come raking in. If you don't like to play this location, just like I showed you, it is okay to go down these tracks. I wouldn't recommend it on encounter, but in standard, you can actually get your vehicle right here, and when the heavies are brawling across right here, you'll be able to get some sneaky side shots into them, and ultimately just be a harassment, and again, just get some normal damage if you play it right. Anyway guys, that was my guide on how to spot the map Ensk. I know it was really quick. This is a small map, so there aren't a lot of opportunities for light tanks, but hopefully you found it useful and entertaining. If you like this video, I would really appreciate it if you would give it a like down below. It really helps my channel out, and if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe to my channel for more content like this in the future. As always guys, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.